Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to NIK Executive Solo Chef Cooking Tips. I am Dr. NIK NIKAM, and today we are going to look at minced meat or ground meat. The ground meat could be turkey, it could be lamb, goat, minced chicken, or it could be beef. So we are going to use the same principle for any one of these basic ingredients and see how we can make multiple preparations using very simple executive cooking tips. If you are a doctor, lawyer, or an engineer, or a businessman working 10-12 hours a day, you are an executive. Or if you are a housewife with 3 kids working 24 hours a day, you are a super executive. You don't have 8 hours to do gourmet cooking. And we are going to show you 20-minute cooking tips on how to prepare your entire dinner after working 8 or 12 hours while you are having a beautiful conversation with your loved ones. Anyway, cheers. Let's begin. First of all, let me show you the ingredients I'm going to be using. Here I already showed you I have 1 pound of ground turkey which I'm going to be using. Next, I'm going to use 1 onion, slice that and put it in the mincemeat as needed. Then I'm going to use 1 jalapeno pepper to give that little desi mirchi spicy taste. And unlike most cooking channels where they tell you put half a spoon of jeera and garam masala and all these things, forget about all those nonsense. This is executive cooking tip. I use mostly national brand spices, all premixed along with the salt. So I basically don't even add salt to the whole preparation. Today I'm going to be using the shish kebab, which is meant for minced meat or ground meat. You can use whatever you like. They have like 50 different brands. You just go to the store, look and put 1 or 2 tablespoons when you're cooking and see how it works out. If it tastes bland, you can add more stuff. So I'm going to be using part of this packet of spice. So let's keep this on the side. As I said, we are executives, we work, and we also want to try desi food when we get home because that's what we love. So I'm going to prepare this. Every time when I start cooking, what I do is I put 1 cup of rice in the rice cooker, 2 cups of water, and let it soak for whatever time it takes before we finish with our main curry or other items. And let it soak. Then we're going to cook the rice on the side. So let us start off by chopping some onion. I hope you can see how I chop onion here. Don't worry about the mess because I am very particular about keeping the kitchen clean while I am cooking. So I'm going to just remove 1 thick layer of onion because I don't need this much onion. So that's done. So now this is what we do. Chop them to real fine pieces because that's going to be mixed with the minced ground meat. Today I'm using ground turkey, but you can use ground lamb. But one important thing I want to tell you is whether you use ground beef or ground lamb or ground goat, they are going to be at least 50% fat, which is a lot of fat. So if you are conscious about getting too much fat, I would say you stick to ground turkey because it does come out pretty good because I have done it many times. I can assure you that. So let us get this onion ready. When you are cooking, you need to make sure you don't leave the kitchen and go around and doing other things because that's the most important thing I want you to focus. Because when you're cooking, you need to be focused on what you're doing. Okay, so I have my onion here. I am going to be using onion only for half the preparation. Today my plan is to prepare meatballs mixed with these spices and jalapeno pepper. Half of it is going to be cooked in the toaster oven I have here, which is a ultra convection oven, half of that. And the other half I'm going to break it into 2 parts. One I'm going to be using for creating meatballs cooked in steam. The other half I'm going to turn it into a hamburger. So at the end we're going to have 3 different preparations. We're going to have a hamburger patty which is nice, moist and fluffy. Then we're going to have dry meatballs. Then we're going to have moist meatballs cooked in the water. Okay, I am going to take out the meat from the packet and put the ground turkey here. And one trick I use to defrost is, if I know I'm going to be cooking turkey tonight, I just put it from the freezer into the refrigerator. So by the time I'm ready to cook, you see this is all nice and soft. So you don't have to use microwave to defrost it, but if you have to, you can use the microwave to defrost it. So that is there. Now the next thing I would like to do is, I just went to the store and bought fresh cilantro. Fresh cilantro is one of the most important ingredients in addition to the spices. So let us cut this cilantro, because all of them are going to get some. Make them into real tiny pieces and put as much cilantro as you like it, because it's going to give a flavor and also give you some texture. Okay, I can get rid of that. So if you want, you can cut it more. So we got a whole nice mountain of cilantro. Let's put the whole cilantro into the minced meat. We'll come back to this. As you can see, I have the whole minced meat covered with cilantro. Of course, the cilantro needs to be washed, because otherwise it may have some sand granules. So make sure that you rinse the cilantro before you cook. Put this into the ingredients. The next ingredient I'm going to add is jalapeno pepper. Oh, it's going to be hot and spicy. I tell you, I'm going to slice this into 2, then slice it into 4, and I'm going to cut them into real tiny, tiny pieces. As you can see, I'm cutting them into real tiny pieces because you don't want to have a whole chunk of jalapeno stuck in your mouth. Then you say, water please, water please, water please. Well, if you're used to desi cooking, I don't think you'll be asking for water, you'll be asking for more meatballs. Okay, here's my jalapeno. Okay, that's there. Our ground turkey has cilantro and jalapeno. For this, now I'm going to add this shish kebab powder. Depending upon how much your eyes and stomach can stand, all I'm going to do is just sprinkle them a little bit here, because I am not going to add anything on top of that. So here, sort of cover the whole bowl. If I want, no, I didn't mean I need a glass of water to drink. I need a glass of water so I can wet my fingers, because I need to mix this cilantro and jalapeno with the minced meat. And then I'm going to add onions to half of this mixture. So let us do the mixing here. Alright, see, it's already beginning to look like a desi ground meat. That's what I'm telling you. I am talking about giving you some tips. By the way, this video is dedicated to all of you, and especially to my children and grandchildren who wanted me to produce these videos so they can have the tradition of desi cooked executive meals after their 12 to 24 hours of work, whatever is their work assignment. So now we have this one. This is going to be divided into 2 segments. For that, I'm going to need an extra plate here. So I have a plate here, so I'm going to divide this into 2 parts. And this I'm going to be using for one purpose, and the other part is going to have some onions. As I said, here's my half of the turkey, and I have a whole sliced onion. Probably I don't need to use a whole lot of this. I'm just going to see how much I need. Just put it here and mix it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this doesn't need to stay marinated for like 2 hours or 4 hours or anything like that. By the time you keep mashing it and get them ready in the form of meatball, the meat will be ready for cooking. As a matter of fact, I'm going to just see how it tastes. Boy, it is so good, I tell you. I wish you were here. Okay, it's got nice spicy flavor. It has also got that cilantro freshness, onion moist, and in addition to that, it has some tamarind, which gives that nice savory taste. Okay, gentlemen. Now this is ready. The next step is to make some meatballs. While I'm making meatballs, I'm going to preheat my toaster oven. You can't see the toaster oven, but this way I'm going to be putting the meatballs. Let me make some space here. I'm going to preheat this one while I get ready with my meatballs. Okay, here comes our first meatball. I hope you can see this so I can show you. Here's the first meatball. This technique I'm talking about can be used for all different kinds of ground meat. You can use lamb, you can use goat, you can use beef, you can use turkey. That's what I like to use turkey because I'm a heart doctor. I try to use less amount of fat. This has only like 7% fat. As I said, the other ones may have up to 50% fat. I mean, that's your choice. I mean, of course, if you are having a party, this is the best way to make your turkey meatballs dry and moist using oven and also by broiling it so that you can use that as an appetizer. You can use the same meatball now as I have prepared here with onion or without onion, and go back and watch my chicken curry recipe, and instead of chicken you put these meatballs, then you have turkey, lamb, goat meatball curry. So you're getting two for the price of one and bon appetit. So I'm just going to put it here. I'm not ready to cook it. Let the preheat finish. It takes about 4 minutes. Next thing, the second half, as I told you, was with minced meat with onion. So I'm going to take 1/4 of this, which is going to be turned into a hamburger. That's like a 4-ounce hamburger. I hope you can see this. It's going to be a nice fluffy hamburger, I can tell you that. Okay, my hamburger patty is done. All I have to do is flip it here. Okay, that part is done. Now, a little more wine here. Hi, cheers. Now I'm going to use this little wetting solution, and I'm going to prepare the onions mixed meatballs. So I'm going to just put them in the pan here because that's what I'm going to be using. In fact, I can have my pan started here into medium heat. Remember, I know we got only about 6 or 8 meatballs here, but I can tell you what, it takes me less than 5 minutes to finish this. And when you cook it, I'll guarantee you it will finish even before you finish the cooking, because you want to taste it so many times. By the time you're done, there may be nothing left. Okay, now we got something going here. So I am done with this bowl, and I'm going to put this lid back. Yeah, I'm going to wash my hand here. I don't know if you can see me because I always want to keep my hand clean and free of grease. Okay. And you saw the number of ingredients I used. Cilantro, jalapeno, and the shish kebab mix. But when it's finished, you will see how desi it's going to look, so that you can use this principle to produce whatever you like. So I'm going to put it on 8 or 9, so just it gets wetted. And I'm going to put a little water here, so it gives a little moisture to get the engine started. Okay, my dry meatballs are sitting here to be cooked approximately from 12 to 15 minutes. You can turn them after a half time so that the meat is evenly cooked on all sides. While that is happening, I'm going to be focusing on the hamburger part. Before I go to the hamburger part, because most of them take about 8 to 10 minutes to cook, and by that time, hola, we are done. How do you like this executive cooking tips? Now here, I already prepared the rice yesterday. We put 1 cup of rice and 2 cups of water. We already prepared this, and when my hamburger and all the meatballs are ready, all I'm going to do is take part of this, put some moisture, and kind of warm it up in the microwave, so that my Sunday brunch will be ready with a choice of meatballs, dry and moist, and a hamburger patty. Of course, I don't have a hamburger bread, but I am a desi, so I'm going to use this hamburger meat as accompaniment to the rice. So let's see how it goes. So while these are cooking, I'm going to turn on this grill. As I said, I want to grill here because I'm going to start cooking my hamburger. I'm going to be cooking my hamburger here. All I need to do is flip this hamburger here onto the pan. Now the hamburger is sitting in the pan. I just add a little water here. So let it heat by moisture, steam I should say. I'm putting it here on medium heat. And you can begin to see the steam coming here, see the steam coming up here. And all it takes is, all the time is 12:20. I will go up to 12:30. By that time the meatballs will be done. The moist type of meatballs. While the cooking is going on, my executive cooking efforts are almost finished because I'm just waiting for the grills to do their job. I use the extra time to clean up my kitchen. I am going to chop some more cilantro, and when I do that, I usually don't take the cilantro from the plastic bag because basically I just need something to sort of garnish the finished product. So just to kind of make it look attractive. So let me put this one on the side here and you'll see where I'm going to be using. When the steam starts coming, then you turn the stove down to like 3 because there's no point in having the steam evaporate because we want to cook the meat. You're not worried about evaporating the steam because that is taking up extra energy. Alright, so it looks like the meatballs are cooking. You can see the meatballs are cooking by steam, and I will show you the difference between how this one tastes versus the dry meatballs cooked in the toaster oven. Okay, what we'll do is we are ready now. We're going to stop this and going to go to turbo heat, go to 10 minutes. Okay, now the meatballs are cooking in the convection oven for 10 minutes while I already have this hamburger starting to warm up. And we'll see once it warms up, I will show you how the steam is going to be coming out of that and how fluffy the hamburger would be. You probably have never seen a hamburger meat spicy, tasty and fluffy. This is first time you're going to be seeing that. Cheers! I am Nick and you're watching Executive Solo Chef. This is meant for the executives like yourself, businessmen, lawyers, engineers who work 8 to 10 hours a day, then moms who work 24 hours a day. This is where you spend your time with the family, have a conversation, have a nice chat, share your drinks, and at the same time make cooking as a sort of an experience for the whole family. It is for all in the family. We can even have the table right here in front of it, which I do have, and we can just put some plates and have them sit and wait. So that increases their appetite. Now you can see the steam coming out of the hamburger side, and after about 5 minutes or so, I have a timer going on here, so when it's 5 minutes done, I'm going to flip the hamburger and cook the remaining hamburger for another 5 or 6 minutes. So my hamburger will be done. My meatballs on this broiler, they are already done, and we are cooking dry meatballs in the convection oven, and that is going on, and I am just having a wonderful time sipping on my wine. Please leave your comments below, and if you would like any other type of preparations to be done, we'll be happy to do it. My next project is going to be Sunday brunch using bread and toast, the Indian style or the Desi style. You know, the omelette that you eat in other places, they're okay, they are not Desi. I'm going to show you how to make Desi omelette with toast. I mean a special preparation for toast. That's going to be next Sunday project. And stay tuned, and please do subscribe to our YouTube channel where we have 1100 videos accenting our experience here in the United States, and we have more than 7,000 subscribers and 2.4 million views. And we thank all those people who have been part of our extended family. Now the meatballs are almost done here, so I just let it kind of steam for a couple more minutes. And it's almost coming up on 5 minutes here on the toaster oven. So let me show you here, and you can see how nice the steam is coming, how the meat has turned slightly white. This is the time for me to just take this and flip it. See, there's no burning, no dark spots, anything. So we're going to cook this for a few more minutes. I'm going to increase the heat a little bit because it's such a big patty. It may take like 7 or 8 on the big grill to get the hamburger going. But you never have to worry about, burning the bottom because this is cooked with water. So this we started a little bit earlier, so maybe it's time for us to dig into this meatballs and see how it looks. But I really want to compare the meatballs side by side. But I'm one of those, I just want to taste it. So as you can see, I'm going to show you how nice and fluffy this is. See, it just breaks up, it is not hard. So you can just see. Oh, it tastes so good. Rich aroma, flavor, and freshness, moisture. This is a perfect dish for your parties as an appetizer. Believe me, they will be coming into your kitchen and trying to steal your recipe, but keep it a secret. Tell them every time they have to come to your house if they want to taste these meatballs. There you go, gentlemen. Fantastic meatballs as an appetizer or for the evening along with your tea. Even the onions taste so good because they are getting cooked in the meat sauce and also some of the oil from the turkey. So we got this one done. I can almost turn this one off. Always make sure your kitchen steps are followed meticulously. So this part is done. The meatballs. So here we are not left with too many meatballs, but here are some meatballs. I got about 8 meatballs, but you can take like 2 pounds of turkey and just make one item if you like. If you're getting a lot of guests. So this part is done. I'm going to move this turkey to higher graduation. I'm going to turn this stove off. As I said, one of the important things about cooking is our mind is going in too many directions. So you don't want to have any grill on if you are not absolutely using it. I was cooking turkey on this one. I moved the turkey here, so I'm turning off the grill. So this is done. So I got my meatballs ready. Let's look at the turkey here. Oh, turkey is turned off. Okay, here's my turkey. As you can see, this is fantastic. You never seen a grill of a turkey coming out so nicely. See, the turkey is very well cooked and it's in the moisture. I'm going to let it cook for a couple more minutes. Most of the water is gone. But the thing is, it is all done because it's been cooking for almost 8 to 10 minutes. Basically, in restaurants, they use cooked turkey for maximum 6-7 minutes. But we are already cooking them more than what we really need to. As you can see, as we are doing the final touches and see the steam coming out, most of the water is evaporated. Let me see if I need to turn it around for some time. Oh, it's almost done, so let it cook for one more time while I get my brunch plate ready. As you can see, my kitchen is clean. We started off with 4 ingredients, we made 3 preparations, and we have our Sunday brunch ready. How about that? Can you see that nice golden brown color to the meatballs? So we're going to do the competition between the moist meatballs and the dry meatballs. After that, we are going to be having turkey ground meat with rice as our Sunday brunch. Okay, let's start off here. Let us think about these meatballs here. This is very dry. Actually, it's even moist by itself. I'm surprised. Okay, that's done. To this, I'm going to add a couple of more wet, moist meatballs. Let's keep this on the side. Here's my dinner plate getting ready. Alright, so this hamburger patty is huge. I'm just going to use half of it because the other half I can eat it for the evening. So I got my hamburger meat ready to go. Alright, now I want to turn all the stoves are off and everything is gone. I'm going to put a little garnishing here so that it would look a little more decorative. Okay, what's missing here? Can you think of what's missing here? Oh, before we go to that, let me get another sip. Hi, cheers! We are ready for Sunday brunch. Turkey meatballs, dry and wet, and we got a hamburger meat, and we're going to combine that with rice. You are right. Okay, here you go, gentlemen. Look at my rice. How nice and fluffy it is. So I'm just going to move this rice here. Wonderful. Put some cilantro on the rice. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is from NIK, Executive Solo Chef. We got dry turkey meatballs. It could be lamb, beef, turkey, chicken, whatever you like. Then we have wet meatballs. Then we have a wet hamburger meat. So let us take a bite here. I tell you, nothing tastes better than the desi food. I'm going to use this one. The dry meatballs give you a different flavor because there's no moisture in that, or less moisture, so that they will also be excellent for, I know I'm talking while I'm eating, but that's how the cooking is. Here are the dry meatballs. Let's see how they taste. With a dry meatball, you can feel the spices more strongly because there was no moisture and there was no onion to absorb some of the spices. Now they taste delicious. I wish you were here. Why don't you try this recipe and send me a sample? This is NIK, Executive Solo Chef. This is for all the executives like you, lawyers, doctors, and especially moms who are working 24 hours a day, taking care of the house, 3 children and all this. This is how you need to cook executive meals. Thank you so much for watching. And next time we'll talk about how to make desi style Sunday brunch with desi omelet and toast. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel and we'll see you next time. One more bite before I leave. It is so delicious. Here we go.